and Virginia are talking about ending their marriage literally over their dogs. Oh my god, these are two of the probably dumbest people I have ever come across on any reality TV show ever. Yes, Married at First Sight was on last night. It was actually a fantastically amazing episode. The one thing I want to talk about real quick though with y'all is Erik and Virginia. Do you guys remember them? That couple right there, they were doing pretty well. I guess one would say at first they were pretty smooth. They were a lot smoother than I thought they were going to be, I will say. However, now they moved in together and everything still was going pretty smooth. Once again though, however, they both had their own dogs. Now, me being a normal person, I never would have even imagined this dog thing would be an issue because they both do love dogs. Oh my god, though. Erik thinks his dog is basically better, behaved than Virginia's dog, Rocky. I don't know nor care which dog is better or worse or anything in between. I freaking love dogs. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I absolutely love dogs. I can't stand cats. Cats terrify me. I love dogs, though. But these two people are getting so emotional over freaking dogs, and Erik basically started it because I guess, Virginia's dog kind of came up on the bed, and Erik kind of got mad, and he was just making little itty-bitty comments that, Virginia's dog Rocky isn't as well behaved as his. Now, let me say this once again so you guys can all agree we're on the same page. This guy is an idiot. Like, why do you care? It's a freaking dog. They sit there. Who cares? But Erik made that comment about 300 times that his dog had more training and his dog's more obedient and all this jazz, all this crap that me personally could care less about. But Virginia, instead of just saying, okay, whatever, you're probably right, because the truth is, Rocky, Virginia's dog, is a little bit, very, very, very young puppy. He's a year old. He probably does need some training, so Erik's not wrong, but it's like, why even bring it up, Erik? But then Virginia hears that, and she goes crazy, and she has an anxiety attack, and she freaking just flips out, and I'm sitting here watching this going, why? Why do you take this so personal? God bless you, Virginia and Erik and your dog, Rocky, but it's like, it's a dog, and this is coming from a guy who loves dogs. It's just like, so why do you care? Your dog's a little bit louder and prouder, a little bit rougher, but it's still, who freaking cares? So Virginia got so mad, she ran out of the apartment, and I think part of it, honestly, was I think they were having little tiffs here and there, and it kind of was just the feather. What's the saying? The feather that broke the whole thing. That's kind of what happened. But I still think she was super mad about it, because not only did they have that one fight, then she came back in with Rocky. She made a couple rude comments to Erik, and they never really resolved the issue, but they kind of kept putting it under the rug, kind of, and they were still really mad, and they really never actually sincerely settled the issue. So after that first fight, like I said, Virginia ran out. She told the producers that she's at her breaking point. This is it. She's done. Then she came back in. They kind of, somewhat, sort of, not really, but they kind of talked out some differences. Not really, but kind of, somewhat, sort of. But later on in the episode, once again, they had the same issue. They ended up getting into a big old fight, and it's the same thing over and over again. And that's how the episode ended. Basically, just the cameras, being shut off. And Erik just said, look, I'm done. This is over. We can't do this anymore, and this is it. So, like I said, these two are talking about ending their legally binding marriage over two dogs. And then this comes from a guy, once again, don't you guys dare say I don't like dogs. I freaking love dogs. But you're really going to end your marriage over a dog? So Erik and Virginia, I thought they were going to work. I've heard rumors that they do potentially end up working, but I can tell you guys one thing. If they do end up working, let's just say hypothetically, I bet you guys hard cold cash within a year, within maybe even a year and a half, possibly even 2 years, they're going to split up and they're going to get a divorce. There's no way these two are going to work, because I didn't even mention the main thing. Not only is they have this whole dog situation, Erik is a freaking control freak. That's it. There's no other way to pad around it. He is the kind of guy where he thinks I have to basically watch over his wife and take care of her. And I'm sure there's probably some women that would want that, but it's like every single move he's trying to see, where are you going? What are you doing? It's like every little thing. And I think, like I said, there's probably some women who would absolutely love that. Virginia, she's not one of them. And he definitely is overbearing. It's not, he has crossed the line from being like protective to, okay, he's just a flat out control freak. And that's what he's trying to do. And it's like Virginia wants to kind of be independent, live her own life. Now, I do think she is a little too far on the independent side, because she wants to go out and party with her guy friends. And if I was Erik, I wouldn't be happy either. So they have to meet in the middle. I think within this time being, they might meet in the middle to possibly make their marriage work for the time being. But like I said earlier, with his control issues, with their whole dog friend frenzy and all this stuff, which is just probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard ever on this show. They're not going to work in the long haul. Literally no way. And then they have other long-term issues like with them wanting to have kids and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, Erik and Virginia, it is not looking good for those two. And these two are just freaking out of their minds. And no, that was not all the drama, because Chris and Paige, they were there too. Now, they're not together. They were there separately. We got to meet up with Paige's brother and his wife, and that was interesting, because if I was Paige's brother, I would be freaking mad. So he wasn't as mad. He was more just kind of like telling her, look, you know, it was just a quick little thing. You got married. It's a learning experience. You can move on. You still have the rest of your life. Your life isn't over, which is a good thing to say. I agree with him. She is still pretty upset. She has definitely some things to just talk about. She's really honestly she's mad. She got walked over by this idiot, Chris, and I don't blame her to be mad whatsoever. But more on that in a second. We got to also see Chris. Chris met up with his mom, and he basically just said, look, you know, I want to end the marriage because of, I'm, you know, getting this other girl, she's pregnant now, blah, 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 blah. And the mom, she was shocked, but she also kind of was like, I get it, I understand. Now, here's the weird thing. In this current episode, they are not together. They are broken up. They have gone their separate ways. However, we have heard a spoiler and a rumor, and I did not watch this freaking thing, but there was a mid-season. I'm not even going to sit here and lie and tell you guys I didn't watch it because I wasn't on it. I could have been on it, but I wasn't. It's a whole long story, but there was a mid-season finale. A bunch of you guys asked me about it. Did I watch it? Why wasn't I there? Because I was in the first one, and yeah, it was just a whole situation. Nothing bad. There was no drama. It was more just scheduling and that kind of stuff, and that's basically it. So I was not on it, and I heard, and because I was not on it, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I didn't even freaking watch it, but I heard from a bunch of people that there was a clip of Decision Day of Chris and Paige, and when they asked Chris, well, do you want to stay married to Paige? Chris said, well, we're undecided, which is, that's like, what? It's a yes or no answer. Do you want to stay married? And he just goes, well, maybe, we don't know. And the experts were like, what is wrong with you? It's a yes or no question, and I don't know how they answer it. They probably do say no, but we heard from Maps Fan that they are actually on again, off again, possibly, supposedly, potentially actually dating. Now, they're not like actually dating, but they're like, you know, okay, they go out, they're kind of still, so they're still in some form of communication, it sounds like. I don't know how true that is. I would not be shocked, but it is still just like freaking crazy. So Chris and Paige, right now they're not together, but I guess maybe in present day they are. It's just a freaking mess, completely crazy, and I just don't know what is wrong with Paige. Honestly, I think someone needs to sit her down and really talk to her and her self-esteem and all that kind of jazz, because she needs to freaking run. And then, like always, there was Vincent and Brianna, and like I said, like always, I'll keep them quick. Beautifully magic. I wish I had what they had. I sat there and I with a grudge, and I'm not even that I'm, you know what, I'm not mad, I'm jealous. I don't want her. If you're gonna sit here and say I'm not trying to steal Vincent's, I'm not trying to do any of that. I wish them well. They are happy. They make each other happy, and I sat there with tears rolling down my eyes, not really, but kind of, and I just go, why can't I find that? But no, yeah, they're happy as heck. And us single people can sit here and just be sad and whatnot, but they're happy. They were biking, they were doing this, that, and the other. They joke, they are just like, what? And now I'm getting all emotional. They're just a perfect couple. It's very rare that people go on Married at First Sight and they truly do find love for the long haul. Every once in a while it does happen, but these two, they found it. They are the match. It was kind of like Woody and Amani from last season. They found the same thing. These two, they're happy, they're running around, they are smiling, they're joking, they're just like your best. I mean, you know, I'm not jealous, but I'm kind of just like, oh, how'd they get so lucky? So Vincent, Brianna, they're happier than heck. However, Jacob and Haley, oh no. These two should do what I call the old WWE. In WWE, when you are, you know, in a match and you are done, you do something called a tap out. These two should do an early tap out and say, look, we gave it our best shot. We ran the course. We have no business being even in a similar, you know, radius, let alone a building, or let alone even freaking married. These two should not be married. You guys, oh my God. And I don't know contractually, they probably can't tap out, honestly, but if they can tap out, they should tap out, because they are just like the weirdest, worst, most unbelievably bizarre, awkward couple I have seen in a long time. Now, the deal is this. Haley is... She's not a bad person by any means. I just think, and I said it at the freaking, the video thing, the beginning of the season video thing I did with Married at First Sight. I said it. I go, she is a saleswoman. She is more kind of a popular girl, and Jacob is a quiet kind of a nerd. They're not going to mesh, and that's the only thing I can say. She wants kind of a jockier kind of guy. It's not Jacob. Jacob also has a horrible personality. Not horrible, but a very weird personality, and he also kind of keeps to himself. Now, if you matched him with a cuterish kind of a nerd, they'd probably be happily ever after. That nerd is just not Haley. They're so different. She's so unattracted to him, and it's just not gonna freaking work, you guys. So that's it. That's why I think it's WWE style. You know what I'm talking about? Tap out. That's all it is. They should tap out. They really shouldn't even ride the course. Now, they didn't get in any really serious fights, but we gotta see them together. Every little thing, the dinner, them organizing their kitchen, every little thing, them trying to have a conversation. She will ask him a question, and Jacob won't respond. And that's what I was saying. If she was a nerdier kind of a gal where she just wants to sit there and kind of live her life and be kind of quiet, they'd probably work. But she wants to converse and go out and do things and joke around and have a good time, and Jacob just wants to sit there. That's how I perceive it. Maybe Jacob has a totally different story. I would love to talk to the guy, because I will say it's kind of funny. He does seem to kind of converse more with the other men and women on the show, just not Haley. So I don't know if he just said, forget it, I'm done, I'm not going to do this with her. I don't really know. But he definitely, really is not interested, or he's just very quiet. So very bizarre, very weird. But yeah, WWE style, you guys, they need to freaking tap out. And the last but not least couple, and that would be Ryan and Clara. And these two, if you can't tell my mood, my vibe just went down. Oh, I want to go in there. This is why they should make me an expert. They should really say, okay, we're going to swap you out with, Dr. Pepper or something, because I would walk in there, I would sit Ryan down and say, look at me. We can shut the cameras off, but you have to go in that bedroom and do what a married man should do, and he won't do it. And you could just see the vibe, the energy of Clara. I am starting to kind of like Clara. Now, would I want to be with her, date her? No, she's not my type. But I will say, I like her as a person. I think she's a lot better and cooler and nicer a person than I thought going into this. I judged the book by a cover. I'm sorry. I don't think she's a bad person by any means, though. I thought she was kind of loud all over the place. She's really, honestly, she does seem kind of cool. But this thing with this Ryan guy, I'm telling you, it's not looking good. If you don't already know, they have done every little single thing in the bedroom, if you know what I'm talking about, besides sealing the deal. And she won't, let me go back. Not she. He won't do it, and she is starting to get just beyond frustrated. She's extremely frustrated, and she's kind of just like, I think she's really getting to a point where she's like, if we don't do it, I probably won't stay married. And you might be saying, well, what's the rush? Yeah, I get it, kinda, but it's still like, they are married, and they are connected, and the kicker is, they're doing everything else, so why not just do it, but he won't. It's a very uncomfortable, kind of an awkward conversation. She will bring it up to him, but then it's like, he won't really respond, or he'll respond with something dumb. I think the moral of the story is this. He's on TV, he's nervous, he's probably kind of a slower going guy, which isn't a big deal, I don't think, but he's a slower going guy. The problem is, they're married, so he's very slow. She's probably a little bit on the faster side. Nothing wrong with that. Some people are, nothing wrong with that, and they're at different paces. So he wants to go slow, and I think that with the cameras on him, I think he feels really awkward responding to a lot of these questions, because both of his parents are pastors or ministers or something in a religious fashion, and yeah, they probably don't want to, doesn't want to say something he doesn't want to have a conversation that would be awkward for his parents to watch, if I had to guess. So that's kind of where the whole thing is at. I'm sure behind the scenes, when they're together alone, they probably have a different conversation, but all we can see is each and every week, Clara gets more and more frustrated, and I feel bad for her. Now, I think Ryan is a very, very, very nice, cool, sweet, kind guy. It's just, dude, do it. That is it. That's my only comment. I like him. I think he's a cool guy. It's just like if I'm telling you, if I was not a pastor, if I was a freaking expert, you guys probably said an expert of what? Exactly. You're right. I'm an expert of literally nothing. But if I was an expert, I would go in there, say, Ryan, man, you gotta freaking you're gonna lose her. Because that is what will happen. If he does not do it, he will lose her. I don't know what happens with these two. I don't even care to know. I want to wait till the end of the season, but I can tell you guys one thing. She will run if they do not do it. Well, guys, Married at First Sight this season is just, I don't even know. It's all over the freaking place. There's a lot of mess going on, and it's just unbelievable. So, guys, Married at First Sight, comment below what you thought of the last episode. I am just still going to stand here and say unfreaking believable. That is just me. So, definitely make sure to comment below what y'all think. Well, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Please hit that like button, hit the comments below, and y'all better please stay tuned for many more videos.